Hello, Goddess. Welcome back to the Habits of a Goddess podcast, a podcast filled with self love, self care, and spiritual affirmations. My mission for whoever's listening to this podcast is that you find ways to empower yourself, attract the life you desire, and feel supported on this self love journey. I have experienced a new way of opening up to the endless possibilities of healing and growing through sharing my voice. I'm your host, Jasmine Rasco. In today's episode, we will be talking about embodying the goddess mindset, confidence, grace, and empowerment in everyday life. Also, if you're enjoying the podcast, don't forget to give Habits of a Goddess podcast a 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. I love reading the reviews you guys leave. It means the world to me to see how truly the podcast has made a positive impact in your life. And when you leave a review, it helps other goddesses discover the podcast. So the other day, I got a ton of new followers on TikTok and Instagram and new podcast listeners. And I was wondering, where's the new attraction coming from? I don't know if it was someone maybe shouting me out on social media, or just maybe all of a sudden I've been discovered more on the podcast and people are coming over to social media and following and supporting the Habits of a Goddess page and my personal page too as well. But there was a video that went viral. I did an interview with a young lady who has a new company. She creates these amazing, beautiful silk scarves for your handbags. And in the interview, she was asking me a few questions about my handbag, and she gifted me one of her silk scarves, and it was beautiful. And then I supported her too after she launched. And Harris Handles is her Instagram. Check it out if you're into silk scarves for your handbags. They're beautiful and female-owned business. So I did an interview. It was a random interview. And in the comments, I could not help but notice women just really supportive and sharing how they enjoy the interview. They enjoy the bubbly personality. They enjoy just how I carried myself. And I just kept getting tagged and tagged and tagged. And then over on my page, people found me and discovered me, and they say, "Hey, I found you from the interview. I just want to let you know, your personality, your energy was just so beautiful, and you're beautiful." And it felt really, really nice to receive that. So thank you to the lovely new listeners from that interview and lovely new followers on social media, on TikTok and Instagram. Thank you. I appreciate the recognition of me being in that interview. So one of the things that kept coming up in the comments, and I got a few DMs too from the interview, was women was asking me, how did I become who I am? How did I become successful? Or I wish I had your positive mindset or your bubbly personality. Can you teach me this? Do you have a course? Women were literally flooding over to my page, and they were commenting that, DMing me that, and asking how could they follow me on the podcast or on my social media. It was just, a fluctuate of new positive people. And I could not help but to think wow. And I've always been this positive person, always had a bubbly personality and really warm. And I feel like people sometimes don't see that enough on social media or even in person. So it's refreshing when they do see it on their timeline. And sometimes I forget, hey, not everyone showcases their personality online. Sometimes you just see a blah version of them. But if you get to know them in real life, you may get a glimpse of their true personality. But in my case, on that day in that interview, she captured my personality perfect. And it's a true picture of who I am in my everyday life. So I thought this episode would be so perfect for anyone who's looking to embody the goddess mindset, which is confidence, grace, and empowerment in every day. And you can have that and obtain that today in your life. One of the things that I have developed over the years is confidence and self belief. So when you develop unshakable confidence and self belief of who you are as a person, as a divine goddess, it is a transformative process that requires both inner work and actionable steps. And so I'm going to share with you some steps that I've taken and learned about myself over the years, and that you can apply it to your life today to embody the goddess mindset and have grace and confidence and empowerment in your everyday life. So, number one is understanding your worth. Know who you are. You are a divine goddess. When you recognize your inherent value, which is true confidence, right? Your inherent value as a goddess, you're confident. You're confident. You're born with that. Over the years, your confidence either grows with you, or your confidence may not be as developed, but you can totally develop your confidence over the years. And our parents is usually the first to show us and reaffirm that in us. But if you haven't had that in your early development, or maybe a teacher or a family member or a mentor, if you haven't had that development early on, this is what you're going to do to remain in your goddess mindset and have that true confidence, is to begin to recognize your value. Okay, your value is not tied to external achievements or approval or perfection. You are valuable simply because you exist. That is it. You are valuable simply because you are here on this earth. You are here on this planet and you exist. Now, what you do with that information is up to you. You have to nurture it. And when I say nurture it, you guys, you know what I'm going to say? Affirmations, daily affirmations. So speak highly of yourself. Plant those seeds every single day and water them. I am worthy. I trust in my ability. I am enough. I am loved. I am supported. Affirmations like that nurtures your value within yourself. So work on your inner value, your internal, do the inner work, and you won't seek that external outside of you because you'll know it to be true for you on the inside. Self-reflection is great too. When you're understanding your worth, you're reflecting back on your uniqueness of yourself, like your skills or the positive impact you've had on others. I do this all the time. And I love when you guys share the podcast and you tag me or you send me sweet messages. I love when you do that because you know what that reminds me? It gives me the recognition of like, hey, you are impacting women all over the world, women from all different walks of life. That to me is something that's priceless. I cannot put a dollar value amount on that. When women are telling me that they've been listening to the podcast and they feel great about themselves, they made changes in their lives that are positive, and maybe they discover me when they were going through hardships, challenges in life, and now their life have totally changed because they've been listening to the Habits of a Goddess podcast. That to me is totally priceless. You cannot put a dollar value on that. So that helps me understand the impact of making in other people's lives by me showing up in my life and showing up on the internet and putting out my positive energy. It comes back. It's like a boomerang effect. So when I show up for myself and I reflect on my unique skills and abilities as a goddess, and I recognize my own value, and I expand on my value, and I show my confidence, I show my personality, and I share my voice with the world, I know the right message, the right women who are listening to this, right? It's going to resonate with them on some degree level, right? So I know the positive impact and influence I have by showing up in my divinity, in my goddess energy. I'm embodying goddess energy on a daily basis. So when you're listening to this podcast, it's infusing that. You're infused into that embodiment of a goddess, and you're truly working on the qualities that money cannot buy. You're working on that too as well. So knowing and understanding your worth is so important when you're building your confidence and your self-belief of a person, of you. Challenge negative self-talk. This goes back into your affirmations. So become aware of your inner dialogue. Refrain from limited beliefs. And if you believe you're not good enough or capable enough, ask yourself, is this really true? Replace these beliefs with ones that affirm your growth and potential. For example, I am always growing and improving. I love that affirmation. I am always growing and improving. Use this to reframe any limited beliefs, any negative self talk that comes up. Use this affirmation. I am always growing and improving because you are good enough. You are capable of whatever it is that your heart desire, whatever goals you have in life. You are good enough and capable enough to achieve those goals, especially in 2025. We are achieving any goals that we set up for this year. So I am always growing and improving. Use this anytime a limited belief comes up, anytime negative self-talk comes up. Use this affirmation to help reframe that, okay? And guys, mindfulness and journaling always helps when you need to identify any negative patterns or thoughts that's been coming up. Refer back to journaling. A lot of times we've suppressed things within us and then we get triggered, so things come up. So use a journal to work on it and reframe and just reprogram the mindset. It's potent that you do this on your journey as you are embodying your goddess mindset with confidence, grace, and empowerment in your everyday life, okay? Also, just know, because I know this can confuse a lot of people, especially today on social media. You look at people, you get a glimpse of people's lives in a 60-second video, but embrace imperfection and mistakes, okay? No one is perfect. No one is perfect, not even me, okay? There's a lot of things that I can grow and learn from. There's a lot of things we can all grow and learn from as a person. So shift from perfectionism to progress. When you aren't focused on being perfect, you're able to develop and grow, and then you can always revise whatever it is in your life that you need to work on. You can always simply learn. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, okay? Mistakes are simply stepping stones to growth. Mistakes are paving your way towards success. I always say this: failures are lessons that is helping you build your success in life, okay? That's the wisdom that you get. That is priceless. So make sure you are working on progress in life and not perfectionism. And remember, the 60-second clip videos you see on the internet, it's a very short glimpse of someone's life. No one is perfect. So build yourself up, build your confidence up, embody the goddess mindset, and remember that growth is so important. Learning and developing your inner voice is so important too, as well. So have self-compassion. Treat yourself with kindness when you make mistakes. Okay? Recognize that you're human. You're growing. And this helps reduce the fear of failure, which often can be a barrier to our confidence. Okay? When you're practicing your goddess mindset and you're working on your inner voice, self-compassion is so important. How you treat yourself is how you allow others to treat you. So work on that. And also celebrate small wins. Recognize and celebrate your progress, even if they feel small. Okay, like for example, someone comment, I love your energy. I want to radiate that energy every single day. And I respond, you can radiate that energy every single day. Okay. The progress is tapping into it and applying it. So if you recognize someone has this magnetizing energy and you're like, that is beautiful, I want to embody that. That is what I inspire to embody, is a magnetizing energy that's magnetic, that's abundance, that is filled of just beauty and grace and confidence. You can do that. Use this podcast as a way of embodying that. Okay. Practice with it within yourself first, and then go out into the world and practice that too in your everyday life, at work, at school, in your relationships, with friendships, in business. Practice that mindset. Okay. Last but not least, I want you to take action. Take action in your life. Focus on the areas that you can improve right now. Because when you visualize success in your life, you become more of a visionary, and your creations, everything that you're creating, will guide you towards that in life. Visualization helps you program your subconscious mind. I always talk about this: vision boards, vision boards, vision boards. It's so important. Taking pictures, images, putting it on the vision board, it helps you visualize success, the things that you want to track in your life. Take actions every single day. Work towards those goals that you have on your vision board. Work towards those goals that you're journaling down for this year. And make sure you are surrounding yourself with positivity. Your mentors, the people you are watching on social media, your relationships. Make sure you are surrounding yourself with positivity. This is going to be important as you're embodying the goddess mindset. Because when you do this, okay, anyone who's not on board, they will simply deselect themselves from your life. You'll be so filled of positivity that if you come around anyone who's toxic, negative, you're going to ruffle their feathers. And they're either going to stick around and rise to your occasion, meaning rising to your energy and jumping on your positive energy bus, or they are going to be so irritated because you are so positive, your energy is so magnetizing and beautiful, that they will not be able to stand to be around you. So you have to let them naturally deselect themselves from your life if they're not with that energy. But that's okay, because you are surrounding yourself with positive people, and they're going to support you on your journey. You're going to find your tribe. If you don't have that right now in your life, create it. Create it. Create a community. Look at social media. You can always create your online community, and then meet people in real life. Connect in real life. Get offline and make it your mission to connect with people that you've grown a community with online in real life. So surround yourself with positivity, and that can help nurture your inner goddess and help reflect back on embodying the goddess mindset, which is confidence, grace, and empowerment in your everyday life. So, just a little recap. I want you to understand, when you know your worth and your value and you recognize it, you're able to embody the goddess mindset. You will move and shift different in this world. You will have a different perspective in life. You will look through life through a different lens. And any challenge that comes your way, because you have worked on this, you've planted the seed daily. This is a daily, lifelong journey. Every single day, you're moving that needle 1% in your life because you've done the work. Any challenge that come your way, you will approach it with curiosity. You will approach it with courage. You will approach the challenge with confidence. And because you've worked so hard on yourself, and you've developed a healthy mindset, and you become aware of your inner dialogue, you'll know how to face those challenges in life. Even when you think you may not know how to, it will come up for you on how you can navigate this world, because you will embrace the journey. You will take actions even when you feel fearful in life, and you will always have your support system, which is Habits of a Goddess podcast, and the support system that you're cultivating in this very moment. If you feel like you don't have that, I want you to write it down in your journal as a goal to achieve for 2025. So, I love you, Goddess. Cultivate a growth mindset and remember to prioritize yourself on this journey. It is a self journey, personal development journey. When you're visualizing your higher self, you're taking care of your mental, your physical, your spiritual self. You're taking care of all of those in your life. So, unshakable goddess energy is contagious, it's magnetizing. And when you take action in your life, you are controlling the narrative. You are embodying the confidence. And that is priceless. That is beauty. There is so much beauty in a woman knowing who she is and knowing her value and her worth. She's able to walk into any room and own it. That woman is you. You are a divine goddess. You are a goddess with a mind that is focused on your purpose and passion in life. You are a goddess that has cultivated a healthy love and relationship with your higher self. You step and own into that in the moment. Opportunities that come your way, you see it and you take affirmative action in your life. I know that to be true for you. I know it. So if you're new here, if this is your first episode, I want to say thank you for tuning in to today's episode. And if you've been a longtime listener, supporter of the show, I appreciate and thank you too as well. Because that's what Habits of a Goddess is about. It's about cultivating a space for women to come together. And you can take snippets from today's episode or snippets from the whole podcast, and you can apply it to your life. You can use it to create the life that you desire. You have the tools, you have the resources. Anything that I'm saying here today, you already know it to be true for yourself. I'm just reaffirming that back into you. So I hope the seeds that I'm planting today is going to blossom in your life, a beautiful garden in your life. The seeds that we plant every single day is building and adding to our life. We are expanding every single day. We are expanding. Growth, wisdom, beauty, courage, prosperity, abundance, love, abundance, joy, abundance, happiness, abundance. All of this is for you to embody the goddess mindset. So I appreciate when you show up for yourself as a reflection of how you view yourself. And today you showed up for yourself. So remember to be kind and gentle with yourself, goddess. I want to leave you with an affirmation that you can repeat throughout the day. Place your hand over your heart and just take a deep breath and breathe. And repeat this affirmation after me. This year, I commit to being the best version of myself and living with purpose and passion. This year, I commit to being the best version of myself and living with purpose and passion. This year, I commit to being the best version of myself and living with purpose and passion. This is your year, goddess, to living your life unapologetic, living your life with purpose and passion. This is your year, goddess, to embody the goddess mindset with confidence, grace, and empowerment in your everyday life. So show up for yourself every single day. Thank you for listening to this episode. If it resonated with you today, leave us a beautiful 5-star review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Also, come over to our Instagram at HabitsofAGoddess to connect with our community and comment under our most posts of your thoughts of the episode. I love interacting with you goddesses, and I appreciate your love and support. Don't forget to share the podcast and tag us at HabitsofAGoddess. Have a beautiful day.